We want Martin Luther King back. We want him back from everybody who stopped reading at I Have a Dream and forgot about Beyond Vietnam. For all who want to hold hands with those little white boys and girls, but not with the striking sanitation workers. From everyone who forgot that King was shot when he was calling for boycotts against Pepsi and Wonder Bread. We want him back from the branding and corporations, from those grocery store ads for fried chicken and twerking demonstrations. We want him back from the dead. Back from civic holidays and solemn events. We want a living civil rights movement that never stops. We need him back for the youth who scoff at his image because they mistakenly believe he was soft. We need him back for hip-hop, for the Jay-Z's and Beyoncé's who believe that making money is our only measure of success. We need a spirit to possess those who misguidedly believe that owning 1% of the nets and never giving back your wealth means that we have arrived. We need to rewind eyes on the prize until we realize that those school integrations and refusing to ride the buses required the entire community to sacrifice. We need him back from Clarence Thomas and Condoleezza Rice. That's right, we need to take him back from all those who would whitewash his legacy and deny us the knowledge of his true philosophies. We need a Black Occupy movement and sit-ins at the employment offices in his memory. We want him alive. We want to feel his drive vibrating through our bloodstream. We want to feel that dream for our brothers incarcerated and our sisters being sterilized. And we want revolutionary love, the kind of love that risked dog bites, the love that united our people in the struggle for rights, the love where like would die for like. We want a collective struggle till no one is left behind. We want them to stop lightening our skin in the advertisements and turning us into caricatures because we want respect for what? The content of our characters. We want him back from the selective quotes and the inspirational posters. We want him back from juxtaposing his photo over images of hope and change and all those who support bombing campaigns in his name. We want peace, which means we want sovereignty for our African nations and an end to colonial intervention and wars for oil. We want an end to extrajudicial assassinations without a fair trial, and we should hold that balcony in Memphis in our minds when we ask if Martin Luther King would approve of these drone strikes. We want freedom for the prisoners in Guantanamo and Assata Shakur back from exile. We want pardons for all political prisoners as his commemoration. We want liberation. We want liberation. We want him back at the Oscar ceremonies because Fruitvale Station still can't get a nomination. And hell yeah, we want back our reparations. We want justice for the lynching victims and the rapes. And we want payment for every dream deferred, for every burst from the fire hose and racial slur because we want to take MLK at his word. We want that promised land of equality. We want that mountaintop of solidarity, and we're still waiting on an apology. We want treatment for this post-traumatic slavery disorder, and we want the Rocky Jones Institute of Black Canadian Studies at Dalhousie. And let's highlight that passage in the I Have a Dream speech about police brutality and post it in every community in the name of Sammy Yatim and Freddie Villanueva. And we need to hit the streets armed with placards reminding our people about his legacy. And let's send emails to Harper filled with excerpts of letters from a Birmingham jail. We want him back from the lies and misdirection. We want to issue a correction to everyone who thinks that MLK is good and Malcolm X is bad. We want back their connection. And we want him back from everyone who treats him as exceptional. We want our Hueys and our Garveys and our Stokeleys too. We want him back in context. Give us back the truth about the civil rights movement. Give us the names of all those anonymous and barely known women who laid the foundations. We want holidays for them too. Give us the organization and not just the inspiration. We want back the Communist Party and the field schools. We want back nearly a year of refusing to ride the buses. We want the planning meetings and the schedules. We want the names of the ordinary folk, the poor, the elderly, the youth. We need to know how we can reproduce the struggle because we want it back in our communities today. We want him back from the Google Doodle that proclaims this holiday while collaborating with the NSA to give up our information. We want those FBI files they kept on our comrades and the redacted portions they erased. We want him back from high school assemblies where principals lecture about his message and then suspend the civil rights descendants and put them on IPPs. I say we want him back in the education system in a meaningful way, with students protesting their treatment and demanding more black teachers and black studies readers. We want more than just February or Martin Luther King Day. We want back the streets and boulevards in his name. In neighborhoods where too many are still living in poverty, we need amnesty for immigrants and for all those chasing the American dream. We want Martin Luther King back. We want that society free of discrimination based on race, class, or nation that we've been chasing. We want it back. We're not calling him back from the grave. We're going to take back all the information so we can save ourselves. We want liberation. We want liberation. We want Martin Luther King back.